Good morning. Today's date is April 26, 2019, and this is a Hello Rookie Podcast. What up, Chris? How you doing?
Fantastic, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, so we got a short period of time today. We're going to be short and sweet, frankly. We got 5 subscribers now, so we absolutely have to put videos out nonstop. It's getting real.
Just a
getting real.
massive success.
It is real now.
Yeah. I feel different being this big.
I mean,
It's all happening so quickly.
we need to start looking at producers and managers here pretty soon.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so we're going to talk NBA playoff dueling lineups. We have one game on the slate tonight. Clippers, Warriors. We're looking at showdown contest format. Let's get straight to it, Chris. Who you playing tonight?
I've got all right. So take a peek at the lines to start, I guess. Golden State opened a 9-point favorite in Los Angeles. It's already up to 10. 70% of the money is on the Clippers. All right, straight to the showdown lineup. So I'm not messing around tonight. Last night I didn't put. I kind of went against the grain and didn't put Jokic in as my captain, trying to be cute. I'm not messing around tonight. Kevin Durant. Whoa, come on now, DraftKings. Kevin Durant is my captain. Joe, you got Durant in the captain spot as well?
I don't. So that's a good
You
difference.
got to pay attention, man. You got to pay attention when I do these videos.
Shut up.
All right, I'm going right down the line, man. I'm doing something a little extremely risky and very unorthodox for the way that I usually do these. I would love to build 2 lineups tonight so that people know that I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not saying that you need to go out and do what I'm about to do, but all right. So I got Durant, I got Steph, I got Sweet Lou, I got Draymond, and then I'm going Kevin Looney. I can't quit Kevin Looney. Then I have a whopping $1,100 remaining in my salary.
Right.
I'm going with Alfonzo McKinnie. He's
All right.
He's played a total of 49 minutes in the series, but he's played in every game, so I like that. But at $1,000, right? If I want 5x value for his $1,000 salary, I just need 5 points out of him. This is a stupid mindset. This is a terrible idea. But I really think this game could get out of hand. I think the Warriors are pissed, and it's going to be just like when they went to LA for Game 3. If that's the case, McKinney probably could see double-digit minutes, and we saw in Game 3 put up 16 fantasy points in 8 minutes. Even when he played just 3 minutes in Game 2, he put up 3.75 points in 3 minutes with just 3 rebounds. I mean, it's super risky. It's not anything I recommend doing. But yeah, I'm hoping Looney gets some minutes tonight because this is driving me crazy. This is every game, right? Well, not that game. This game. This is game 5 here, the box score. You'll see massive negative plus minus numbers for Andrew Bogut nightly. The dude is a corpse out there. And yet Kevin Looney has a plus 15. He's got one of the best plus minuses in the playoffs. And Kerr won't play him. Isn't giving him enough minutes. I don't know. There's got to be a reason for it, but I think tonight's the night that Looney, 22 minutes, I would be happy with that tonight. I think he'd be more productive than 2 for 8. Montrezl Harrell really gave it to him. Yeah, that's the lineup right there, man. Durant, Curry, Williams, Green, Looney, McKinney. I've got my top,
that's interesting.
I've got my top 4 in the lineup. Those are my, I don't know. That's the way I look at it. I got my top 4 in there. I'm happy for that. You certainly could, put Gallo or if you want to take a moonshot, put Clay up there and hope he goes off. I don't like Clay in fantasy just because he doesn't do anything other than shoot. But yep. All right, that's my lineup. I was on Lou for game 5, by the way. You remember me saying that, right? Like, there's got to be a way to get Lou in the lineup because he's He's the one guy. He's like a microwave. Once he gets hot, and then he went up 33 points, 52 fantasy points.
You did call Lou.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So this is good. So basically, this is one approach, and I think a lot of people are going to be frankly looking, okay, who can I get for $1,000? Who's going to get time? So I mean, you put that lineup out there. I think that lineup is going to be the most, widely used lineup tonight for sure. Like everybody's going to put KD as captain. I think that'll be.
See, I thought that last night with
the most prevalent,
Jokic, and that wasn't the case. But I don't know. Maybe it will be.
So I went a slightly different route. I put Gallinari in the captain spot, and again, I mean, to me, I look at it like this: we're essentially looking at three different players for a captain possibility: Gallinari, Durant, or Curry. Out of those three, Gallinari is the cheapest. Allows me to not have to reach as deep for my last utility play. So I went Gallinari captain, and then I got Durant, Curry. I went Beverly, JaMychal Green, and Kayvon Looney. So, but I think this is actually interesting that we don't have exact same, or I mean these are two pretty different lineups. So at least we have some variation. I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it, man.
It'll be fun to watch. I mean, it's cool. I mean, obviously DraftKings introduced this showdown format to add more variables to it.
Yeah, and to make money when there's only one game, like tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, compared to a regular lineup with one game, I mean, this is cool. It adds those additional variables. So obviously, I'm riding high on Gallinari tonight. I'll be crossing my fingers and rooting for him. So that'll be a fun extra entertainment value. He got 42 minutes last game, his most in the last 10. And
he played really well last game. Didn't need to make a lot of shots, but he played really well.
Yeah, I mean, he shot less than 30% beyond the arc. He only hit 3 out of 11, I think. But still, I mean, he's being relied upon heavily. I mean, there's not many scorers over there, right? You got Lou, who hopefully steps up big again, but you're looking at Lou and Gallinari.
I think these two are the biggest chalk plays of the night, though. Beverly and JaMychal Green.
Yeah.
But they've panned out the entire series. So, I mean, it's hard to say move away from them. But yeah, I think they'll both be super heavily owned. Probably Harrell as well. But
yeah, Harrell, I think, I'm afraid, I'm actually in our article that you can go and check out later, which is always fun. I'll probably include a little bit about Harrell. I mean, that is probably the only factor that I'm scared of tonight. If you look at it like this, 6 total players, everybody's going to have Gallinari, Durant, and Curry in their lineups, period. Like that's pretty much going to be a fact. So it boils down to 3 players. Who out of those 3, how can you make that work? If you put Harrell in and you have the other 3 All-Stars playing, how do you make that work? You're going to have to reach for 1 in Looney, or reach for 2 like you're trying to do with the $1,000 salary play. McKinney, which could be cool. I mean that very well could pan out. You never know.
I'm usually the anti-punt guy. I usually if I was gonna sit here and actually like make it like it was an NFL lineup, I would not be punting on somebody like McKinney. That like I'm the give me the minutes guy over the let me load up and get top heavy. But I don't know. I'm trying something different with it. When I was building that lineup, I was building it for the GPP contest that they have posted for tonight. So, yeah, Montrezl Harrell would make me nervous to play him because it's the same thing with all right. So when we're talking player floors, right? Harrell is way too often in this 20 range. He's if you just look at his game log, he's there 5 times out of his last 10, and at $8,000, that's 3x. And I mean, in this showdown series with the pricing the way it is, I would adjust the target to maybe 4.5 times value. But even at even at 4, Harrell isn't hitting it consistently. Same thing with Clay. Too many 20s, nothing outside of points for Clay. So you're solely relying on him getting hot from 3. Yeah. I think the two, if you're looking at another punt, I would love to pitch Landry Shamet. I love him as a player. Another guy that if you come over and look at the box score plus minus, Shamet plus 17, best player in the game in terms of plus minus. He does so much more than just shoot the ball, but if he gets going, and obviously the Clippers or the Warriors are aware of that. It was the first thing Durant said in his initial press conference after Game 1 was that they came into the focus of shutting Shamet down and not letting him get going from behind the arc. And they've done a good job of it in the series, but back at home, if he gets hot, he's a guy that could be a huge value tonight. But yeah, there's not a ton of variety in these formats. So it's what you do with that captain spot and with your punt plays. I think that'll make the difference.
Yeah, and I mean, it could very well be that KD, goes off, has a 70-point fantasy night at the captain spot. That's what times 1.5.
Yep. And
if the other all-stars, Gallinari and
if you're
Steph,
looking for a guy with 60-point upside, Steph's done it once this series. KD's been 60, 53, 56 in his last 3. I think Gallo's topped out at 40. Lou Williams 53, 61 in game 3 or 2. There's not a lot of guys that if you're looking for ceiling in that captain spot, there's really only, like you said, 3 or 4 choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a roll of a 3-sided dice. I mean, it could very well be that going that way, paying up for KD, and having to go deep in Looney and $1,000 player doesn't matter because KD, goes off.
Yeah.
Way more so than Steph or Gallinari. I'm betting that those 3 are kind of average out. So I'm paying for the cheaper one. But we'll see. Could be different. Like I said, 3-sided die. Games tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. So we're looking at a 2 a.m. An all-nighter here on the East Coast.
I haven't made it. I've gotten into the fourth quarter of all of them. I can't get through the fourth quarter. It's too late for me.
Yeah. All right. Anything more NBA talk?
I don't think so. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a fun night. It's what you do with I don't know, man. I could talk about it forever. This showdown, you can get so deep. It's such a simple format, but you can get so deep with it. Like, I would say that my lineup is idiotic because I've got Lou Williams in with McKinney, so I'm hoping it's a blowout, but also hoping that Lou Williams is worth $10,000 in a blowout. I don't know, but yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
It's entertaining. I wouldn't, have a ton of your bankroll in showdown contests, but
yeah,
it's fun for sure.
Yeah.
It makes it interesting.
Yep. All right. Draft thoughts, just generally. We don't have to go in depth.
God, it takes so long. Like that was the frustrating thing for me is just trying to get through it. Like, but no, it was good. It went. I was following along with my little mock draft. It went pretty much as expected. I think there's a lot of good players available on the board. I have 4 names written down. That as a Lions fan, I'm just praying to God.
Few players fell. What'd you think about Gruden's Farrell pick?
Oh, I hated it. I hated it. There was a couple picks that I hated. Let me pull up the draft order.
I kind of like it, man.
Oh, that's terrible, man. All right, so it fits their system, but they could have easily gotten him with the second pick. Their second pick.
It was a personality decision. He wanted somebody that was, it wasn't just a stats play or hype play. He reached deep based on personality. Like they were saying, Kuiper was saying, Gruden's pounding on the table. in regards to Jacobs, the running back pick, which I love that one too. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of Gruden's. I'm rooting for him. I don't give a shit about the Raiders. Sorry. But
they'll be in Vegas soon, so then they will be extremely relevant.
I'm rooting for Gruden. So
yeah, I hated the Farrell pick.
I was tired of getting my calls dropped.
Wow. Jesus. Yeah, I thought the Farrell pick was arguably the worst pick of the draft. But yeah. I'm looking through to see if anything else is surprising or I think the Falcons nailed it with Lindstrom, the guard out of Boston College. He can play center, super versatile.
What'd you think about the Duke quarterback?
I'm a fan.
Was that your second quarterback?
No. I would have gone Locke second. He's still on the board. But I would have gone Jones over Haskins. I love the fact that people are pointing. Have you seen the Orlovsky video with Haskins?
No.
So Orlovsky, it was somewhere on ESPN, has Haskins, and they're shooting, I don't whether it's some sort of draft special, right? And they have Haskins on for a 2-minute kind of like film breakdown of what he was looking at, what he saw on the field as he's going through his progressions on 2 pass plays. And people looking at that 2-minute video and saying, "Oh man, this kid's a genius and knows how to read defenses and whatever." He hasn't been pressured in his entire. Well, he only played 1 year, but he wasn't pressured once. That offensive line was insane. You look at the drop back to hurry rate, and it's crazy. He's never been under pressure. And then just to look at that video and think that he didn't have access to that, his agent let him go on there and answer, do that segment without access to the clips that they're going to show ahead of time, is so idiotic. It just shows that people are like, give them a 2-minute video on Twitter and they want to take somebody number 1 overall.
That's Washington's front office for you.
Yeah. It's just, you can just see Snyder on his phone like, oh, everyone says it says to get up and into the first round and take Sweat. It's like, I like Sweat though. I like that pick. I loved, I thought 22 Philadelphia taken Andre Dillard was one of the best picks of the draft. They got I think he's the only left tackle in the draft, and they got him at 22. He can play. He can't necessarily play right tackle. He could play right tackle, but I think he projects as the best left tackle in the draft. Yeah, those were my favorite picks. Patriots, N'Keal Harry. They don't make mistakes, man. N'Keal Harry is such a high ceiling draft.
That was beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see. Okay, Lions, we got Hawkinson.
Yeah, Hawkinson. He was like, if you gave me the entire board and asked who was, the most ready to play players today, he probably would have been I think Bosa needs more coaching than he does. I think he probably would have been number 2 on my board. I would have put Quinnen Williams 1, Hawkinson 2, and then Oliver and Bosa right there. Maybe White right after them. But yeah, he's done. He's, plug and play, top 10 tight end. He's not Eric Ebron where you have to teach him how to catch or teach him how to run certain routes or teach him how to block. Like, he does all of it already.
Yeah.
Plug and play, makes the run game better. Can run any route you want him to, has sneaky, 4.7 speed down the field. 4.7 for a tight end is fast enough. They're not matched up with corners, they're matched up with safeties. And safeties get in the NFL, they get big, they get slow. They're asked more to, cover space than to cover men. So when you get a safety in man coverage, Hawkinson will be able to beat him. Yeah.
Excited about it too. Who was your your top center?
Well, I thought, Lindstrom played some center for Boston College. I think he's going to obviously play guard for Atlanta. So, I don't know. Yeah, like I think Bradbury was most people's top center. He would have been my top center
Was he the NC State that went to Vikings?
Yeah.
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 I like him.
He was I think they saw him as a baseball player.
Yeah. So apparently, he went to high school right here in Charlotte.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, which is kind of cool. And also, he's a bit of a genius, apparently.
Yeah.
But
some steals out there for sure, though. Simmons, Dillard. Simmons was the defensive tackle that they had the video of him beating up some girl that was attacking his sister or whatever. I remember when that happened. I got like a push alert from Bleacher Report. I think I follow college football recruiting. I remember when that happened and watching the video, and it's just crazy that, fast forward a few years and in just watching Mississippi State film and watching him, I'm like, oh my God, this kid's arguably the best player in the draft. And I, at the time, I wasn't even registering to me. Like, I knew that was him. I knew whatever, but yeah, it's a rough video.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah. And then the Tyreek Hill news breaking right as the draft was starting was crazy.
Yeah.
Goodell is being interviewed, or I guess the interview may have been earlier or whatever. We're getting the news that there's audio. Nuts.
Yeah.
But we've been calling that. I think the Chiefs under is legitimately in play. Even with the Clark trade, I think the offense, it's what Kelsey and Sammy Watkins now, because they lost Hunt, now they lost Cheetah. I don't know.
Do you remember what the under on Washington was?
I think it's 8.5. I don't know. That was weeks ago that we looked at those.
I almost quite like that.
You like the under on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on if Keenum plays or not. I think that they've got pieces around whoever plays quarterback, but Haskins will. I don't hate Haskins. He's got an unbelievable arm, and it's accurate, and he's big. He looks like a quarterback. It's just we don't. It's the same thing with Kyler. We haven't seen them, under pressure. I was looking at Hurry stats, and there's these bad teams that are picking. The advantage for not Hopkins, but Haskins is that he's got a great offensive line in Washington, but Kyler is going to find out in a hurry what it feels like, because Rosen got the shit kicked out of him. I was looking at hurry rates. That kid didn't have 2 seconds to throw the ball last season. He took beating week in, week out. They've got real issues on the offensive line, and he's 5'9", 200 pounds. Like, these are huge. I mean, you can look at the guys that got drafted last night. These defensive linemen in the NFL are no joke, and some of them run a 4.4. So
yeah, exactly.
And they're coming clean through the Arizona offensive line. Put the film on. They're not getting touched. They're coming clean, and you're getting rocked trying to throw the ball to the worst receivers in the NFL. I like Christian Kirk, but it's a bad receiving group. And their head coach was a losing coach in the Big 12. So things don't look good in Arizona. I would not be happy if I was an Arizona Cardinal fan. But
yeah. So do we know anything on where Rosen is going to go?
We don't, but whoever gets him he would have been the number one quarterback in this draft. I don't think there's any way. I don't know if Kyler threw. I think he did throw on his pro day, maybe not, but any of the quarterbacks in this draft, even Locke's arm is unbelievable. He's another guy where, he ran a spread offense, and I think his stock's kind of falling for that, and he wasn't coached by, Cutledge. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Rosen's gonna go. I've been pitching, like, I love Matthew Stafford. Some of the stuff with him, right, like where his wife had the brain surgery, and the Lions told him to take the off season off, take however much time you want, Monday morning, first guy at the facility. Like, that's Matthew Stafford. But I've pitched if the Lions can get him to Miami and make a trade for Rosen. 4 years. The dude's been through the worst possible year that you could in the NFL. Byron Leftwich is his offensive coordinator. They can't figure out how to use David Johnson. They can't run block, can't pass block. You get 4 years of him at his rookie contract. Whoever gets him is going to be set up. I don't know who it's going to be though. I think it's going to be the Dolphins.
That's what they're saying. Yeah. All right. Quick Zurich Classic update. So let's see. So leading is Gay and Sabatini, followed by Stallings, Molinax. Notable positions: Kisner and Brown are 10 under. Let me also say the leaders currently Gay and Sabatini are at 12 under. So featured players: Kisner and Brown are 10 under. Stanley Finau are 9 under. Ron Palmer 8 under. Watson and Holmes 8 under. Day and Scott 7 under. Garcia and Fleetwood 7 under. Watney and Hoffman 7 under. And the Kupkas are at 5 under.
So, I love the spot my pick Rom and Palmer in. I would be looking to, now that they're 12th. I think you could get even better odds today. I haven't looked at what it was or what it is today. But the cream rises to the top the second day in this tournament. I'll just say that. Like, we're not playing best ball anymore. We're playing alternating shots. So, the cream is going to rise to the top today, I think.
Yes, sir. Beautiful day down.
There's a huge advantage to Stanley and Finau. They're top 7 right now, and that was a group that I thought would be very popular to bet on. They have a huge advantage on best ball because they both smash it, right? So if one of them hits the fairway, they're good. But when it's alternating shots, and Finau has to play something that Kyle Stanley hit in his current form, this is where the cream rises to the top in this tournament. I'll just say that.
Yep.
I like the spot Day and Garcia and Rom, their groups are in because they're within striking distance, and today, you can expect those one-sided teams to start dropping.
Yes, indeedy.
Yep.
All right, round 2 of the draft starts back up again tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, we're watching the Zurich. Anything else, Chris?
No, man.
All right, that's all we have today, ladies and gents. Thank you for your viewership, and don't forget to like, share, and or subscribe to Hello Rookie on your favorite platforms. We have 5 of you, and we're growing quickly. Soon it will be 5 million. Also, visit HelloRookie.com for all the latest daily fantasy and sports betting reviews, promotions, strategies, and lineups. Peace.